All right, so we'll get into the day ahead analysis. I recorded one already. The mic didn't work, so now we got Sam here. Um, Looking at NQ, it looks pretty bullish. We're trending up. Um, we are into a little bit of monthly resistance with that extension DMO and congestion DMO, but there's got to be some sort of resistance up here at some point. I think right now the best side still would be playing longs. I think that's more in favor until the charts tell us otherwise. I think we'll be able to tell a lot by this day. Just kind of how the oncoming DMOs are setting up right now. But for tomorrow, I mean, obviously down in here, the middle of the envelope, around 25,900, 850 spot is a really good area. I don't think it's going to get down there, to be honest. I could see maybe daily true average and then getting a similar type of push as this, where you get overnight action, get a close somewhere in the middle, and we can set up for the rest of the week. It all depends on how much this core DML in the weekly is acting as resistance. I mean, got a really good move, almost a 2-bar push pretty much on the weekly, so we have 2 more days to play out. I don't know. I think you'll be able to tell a lot over the overnight action. If we continue to have consistent buying and buyers still are showing up during New York, then definitely want to favor that buy side. And like the past couple of days, it's been really weird price action wise, where it's just been grinding higher. So I don't know. You'll be able to tell early on who's getting absorbed and who's not, especially looking at the footprint and stuff like that. Sam, you got anything? NQ? Seen anything different?
No, I mean, I feel like you have to play the long side.
Yeah.
But it looks like next week it could be setting up like a weekly flash to roll over possibly. But I don't know with these markets with the news and everything. So
Yeah, like if this core DML starts to suck up and we get a double core DML flash or something like that in the weekly, we could get a pullback. But it could just also continue grinding higher. I think ES had like an all-time high today, so market's moving.
yeah, I'll probably just let the market tell me what's going on tomorrow before I place anything.
Yeah, we're gonna see overnight action, but I think long side have better odds for tomorrow. Loading up gold. Some tight ranges. Weekly does have a decent flash. It's a flash on tight range when you're coming out of support. I mean, you come out of that monthly extension, had a pretty good reaction off of that. Kind of a weekly KLR somewhat. Didn't really act as one. But those extension DMOs are lining up down here at the bottom of the envelope. So I think that flash really is going to be as valid as we think. With gold, you're probably going to get another tight range like this. Up here, I really wouldn't be longing until we break through that and we get up in this area. Then we continue that longing process. But I would look for something middle of the envelope, probably bottom of the envelope with that extension and congestion DML down there. Seems to be lining up as pretty good support. I mean, looking at the past DMLs, extensions lining up, oncomings lining up. You also have this stack of DMLs there at the bottom. So I think favoring the long side with gold as well. I don't have Bitcoin, so we can load up bonds here. And then we'll call it quits. I think that's all we need. All right, looking at bonds. It's kind of been ranging around here this past 3 weeks. You are in a little bit of a monthly pocket. It did hold. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it continue to push. I mean, look at that daily chart. It's just, and you can see the range here. So, whenever we're in a congestion range like that and it's in prices sitting around the middle, it's not usually something I want to take a trade in. I'll be waiting for top of the range or bottom. I think it's anybody's guess. I would favor the long side just because we held this a little bit of a pocket there, and that oncoming extension DML is lining up around that same area of support. So that's what I got. Bonds. We can go over a little bit of the trades I took. I marked them out last video because we were going over it, but didn't record. I try to take a long here at the open. and then I eventually got stopped out at break even. It was up here and then pulled back, and it kind of fluttered around this price a little bit. But it's what it is. Looking at the 50K chart, that was going into some resistance right here, and it held. But then once we blew up through that resistance and through those double core DMLs, I was definitely favoring the long side. I mean, look at the footprint. Pretty much every selling attempt got absorbed up right here. Minus 340 up to positive. Minus 350 into plus 938 or 936. So sellers are getting absorbed the whole day. So I thought, whenever there's a trend playbook like this, I kind of want to favor getting in at the middle of the envelope or bottom of the envelope with extension DML. I mean, pretty much every candle had that extension DML just riding up with it. So I got in right here at 26.80, middle of the envelope. Price had a good reaction, break even on this close, and then closed it when I got this 50K candle close with the double core DML sitting right there. So pretty easy trade there today. One break even, one winner for about 50 points. It was on 3 contracts, so hopefully I can get another payout on that 50K account that I just took one with. Sam, did you take any trades today?
Yeah, I took one for like 33 points or something.
Do you remember where it was at?
Yeah, it was at 9:45 on that pocket, I believe.
Yep, I see it. That was a good entry. See, I got in a little late and I got punished for it because I got stopped out at break even. But yeah, that was a solid trade.
My initial target was higher, but
yeah,
it was just like not really moving.
With
very
price,
fast,
it was
so.
brutal. Like you kind of just had to trust holding on to a trade, and whenever it's grinding up like that, you're just waiting for it to get like that pullback to take you out whenever you're break even. But it just never happened today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's initially why I got into that first long was that pocket, and then we held it and had a continued push. So
I was eyeing that first trade too, because once I saw the 50K, couldn't make congestion interest down.
yeah,
I was waiting for price to get like a few points down to get in.
I know, and it's tough. That second trade I took, it was tough to get in because you just don't know how high it's gonna push. But I feel like with that footprint of 3,000 with pretty good buying, I thought it was gonna be a pretty good push after that. And usually on that big footprint, I thought that was a potential exhaust pattern, and it tried to a little bit, but that's where I think. Did you take that short, that exhaust short?
I tried it, but I got hit at break even.
Yeah, I wanted to, but I thought the stop would have been a little too wide for me to do it. All right, that's pretty much all we got for NQ tomorrow. I'm going to be favoring the long side. Obviously, we'll be able to tell what Asia and London does. But, yeah, that's all I got. Hope everybody has a good trading day tomorrow and continues to crush it. All right.
Do it.
We're good.